Hi, Mark, and today I want to talk about something I promised in another video. Because today it's about Great Britain and the Netherlands, that they have announced the construction of an electricity highway in the North Sea. The so-called Lion Link line is to be commissioned in the early 2030s and connect both countries with wind farms in the North Sea. That's what the British government announced on Monday ahead of an offshore wind summit I talked about in another video. And this gives Britain enough energy to power 8.1 million homes. It is the world's largest multi-purpose power line, they say, and this should allow energy to get where it's currently needed quickly. Because of the Russian war of aggression against Ukraine, many countries are pushing ahead with restructuring their energy supply. The summit meeting in the Belgian coastal town of Ostend last Monday dealt with the expansion of wind farms in the North Sea. You might have seen my video on this. Belgian Prime Minister Alexander De Croo invited the Federal Chancellor here from Germany and the heads of state and government of Denmark, France, the Netherlands, Ireland, Great Britain, Luxembourg and Norway, as well as the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen. Together, we will combine and coordinate our ambitions for the deployment of offshore wind energy and the development of an offshore power grid to put Europe on the path to a green economy, powered by green offshore power plants. That's how the leaders underlined in advance already in a joint guest post for the Political portal. UK Energy Secretary Grant Shapps said Lion Link represents a historical deal for the country's energy security. The power line is only the second of its kind. So far, there's only one project that connects Denmark and Germany with wind farms. The capacity of the new line is 4 times as large, as Shapps said. Great Britain is dependent on electricity imports. The country already operates several so-called interconnectors, and a connection to Germany is currently under construction as well. With another electricity highway underwater, Germany and Great Britain want to trade and exchange electricity more easily. The 720-kilometer-long Neu-Connect undersea power cable is to connect Wilhelmshaven with the Hoo Peninsula at the Thames estuary from 2026. The so-called interconnector can transport up to 1.4 gigawatts of electricity in both directions. That's enough energy for around 1.5 million households. During her farewell visit to Great Britain in early July last year, Chancellor Angela Merkel spoke to Prime Minister Boris Johnson about the project, not 2 years ago. From the federal government's point of view, Neu-Connect can offer significant economic and energy-related advantages, is what the Ministry of Economic Affairs in Berlin said on that at that time. The project offers opportunities to relieve the German transmission grid, reduce costs and integrate renewable energies across borders. Although Neu-Connect is part of the federal requirements plan, the federal government does not contribute financially. The British government, which also supports the project, will not pay any money for the £1.4 billion cable. A consortium of investors is assuming the costs for what is currently the largest single German-British project. Neu-Connect will help us ensure that renewable energy is not wasted, said the business department in London. It's a bit ago with Angela Merkel being at the helm, but I thought to show, after talking about Lion Link, that how important this international cooperation is, especially in energy and especially now more than ever with the Russian war of aggression against Ukraine. It makes Brexit even worse. I always have to mention Brexit everywhere when it's about international cooperation, because it makes things like this harder. It would have been even easier to do things like this before. And the plans for Neu-Connect obviously started before Brexit, because those things take their time. And that makes it even less understandable for me how so many people could fall for all these lies in the Leave campaign at that time. In a globalized world, cooperation becomes more and more important. And I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.